Hey kids, Thomas Leroy here. Listen, I just wanted to again touch base here on this whole subject of healing and trauma and all that kind of stuff. Um, because, I've seen where, again and again and again, a lot of you keep coming back to the subject of healing. And then they talk about how some of these just, they don't seem to be healing. I was listening to Shonda earlier today, and she was talking about what I would guess would be the Evil Dead Capricorn 15, like as in Logan's Run, last day, and you missed it, damn it. Um, which seem to live for chaos and or generate chaos and trauma. Trauma is a whole big thing in their life. And I can tell you they brought me plenty of it. And it seems like that's all they really have to offer. um, and they're talking about, these how these people seem to think that they can just keep on, doing this and doing that without, healing from the traumas. In other words, letting the traumas that occurred to them rule their life. Which, now look, here's the thing. You got little Billy, and then across the street you got little Bob, and just down the road you got Joey and Jimmy too, right? All in separate houses. And they all are from alcoholic parents, and their houses are just a psychopathic nightmare on the weekends because both parents are off and they're drunk. And more as that pattern progresses year after year, more and more is a dissatisfying type of drunk weekend, and there's arguments and dysfunction and so on and so forth. So they're traumatized. They're traumatized kids. Now, the thing with this is you're going to probably more than likely have one of them that grows up saying, well, I was traumatized as a child, so that gives me free license to be a complete and total psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic, whatever abuser of some sort who takes, and especially relishes in, taking candy from babies and making them cry and in other words, causing problems and causing other people to be unhappy. It's not just enough that they get what they want, but they seem to have a need to causing others some type of consternation. Again, misery loves company, and hate and anger likes to perpetuate itself, propagate itself. And I've seen these broken things that appear to be people but are not thrive off of generating that in others and in me. So I wonder what we're talking about when we're talking about healing. Here's the thing. There is no emotional issues to heal from. There's no psychological problems or constructs that were built in a faulty fashion, these faulty perceptions or anything like that. It's just simply nothing more than the demonic, the darkness, guys. That's all it is. The more you indulge it, the more you should expect to have issues of various sorts. Now, the funny part of it is you're all being led down this damn path of like you're becoming perfected in some way, and that you're being challenged and tried and are being taught what lessons have you learned? What lessons have you learned? What were you taught? Or were you left to figure that out for yourself as well? Isn't it true that actually all you've experienced through darkness is one set of traumas after another, where a little bit more of your innocence is probably ripped away from you, and you're left looking at people going, "Oh my gosh, are those scales that I see on them? instead of skin? Well, was that a forked tongue that just darted out from between their lips? Um, because basically, what I've seen is the only education you get with darkness is uh, it's against all the good things, all the things that you would want. Okay, if you're looking for a husband and kids and a white picket fence and a dog and a cat and blah 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 and a real nice happy home life and doing the PTA and et cetera and so forth and some kind of storybook type of existence, you need probably to go further into the light and get away from the darkness and stop participating in dark things and stop trying to quote manifest stuff, because see that's all about control and causing. You know how I always used to manifest stuff is this: I would get it in my mind as to what it was I was wanting or wanting to accomplish, right? I might even visualize this thing as what it is and maybe briefly of what it would be like to be that person in that position. Then I would, as best as I could, work backwards the steps that it would take to get there. Now, the steps that I'm talking about taking to get there are points of waypoints along the journey in the physical, the actual. It would be, well, these things were achieved, and then those things were achieved, and then that was achieved. Because you see, unless we're living in a dream that is being written and facilitated by something extremely beneficent towards us, I doubt that there's going to be any, super move of God, quote unquote, where, most of your problems have been taken care of. Boom, just like that. All your physical issues, da-da-da-da. In other words, like, here's $100,000 or here's $100 million or whatever it is that takes you out of the bad situation and bad conditions, blah, 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 blah. But it looks like it's something else that we've been dealing with. And so, we have to count on it probably be more like a more standard, more traditional type of, and I don't see a lot. Man, I'll just tell this whole thing about the trauma and the healing and everything, if you can get free of your damn darkness, okay, which is like, that's what the whole Christian thing is about. That's what the Jewish thing is about too, it's about being free of the evil instead of, succumbing to it and going the path of evil down, down, down into the evil realms where it's just so fun, I can tell you. They don't have a good attitude. You don't want to go down there. So as far as healing goes, we'll quit doing evil. You see, you can't have this foot over here in magic and hate and blackness and all that, and then think that you're also going to be able to play in areas of light. I mean, you can get away with it for a while, but you're going to be known for what you are, and you're going to be found out. And see, the whole idea is if you do get into a light situation, is to atone and make up for all that stuff and get free of it, you see. And that's what a lot of people should have been doing instead of just continuing to do more and more dark stuff. But see, here's the problem. They've taken on a dark mentality. It's a dark spirit that they have with them. And that's why all those thoughts of, well, let's do that to them and do these things and have these underhanded methods and schemes like this and malicious, that's all what it is. It's darkness. It's dark spirit. And if it, if you take it on and you're okay with it and, you get used to it, and you can rationalize through whatever means because of all the things you've been shown and discovered and how your innocence was ripped away from you and how you were traumatized, etc., so on and so forth, your excuses for going ahead and deciding to become one of the evil people. Because there's a lot of people see that evil happens to them, and that just makes them even that much more against being evil and participating in evil and thinking along the lines of evil, you know? In other words, they don't justify themselves becoming evil because of evil people doing evil things. So, as far as healing and trauma goes, it really is, you need to go to light on that, because darkness is not going to help you. As far as I can tell, darkness is never going to help you become your best version. It may help you become your darkest version, okay, and tell you that you're perfect and or that you're stronger than ever, this, that, or another, but you're still just darker. You see what I'm saying, guys? Darkness, I do believe, its only goal is actually to make you darker. Not lighter, not wiser. Or I'll put it to you like this. If you can get lessons out of it, if you can get any good out of it, such as wisdom, how will you have learned that wisdom? How will you have acquired that wisdom? By what lessons? How much damage was done to you? Whenever truly the lesson of it all comes down to this is what you do learn. If you are able to retain any of your goodness and innocence and light and life and blah blah blah, love, okay, love, your lesson that you learn regarding darkness is don't mess with darkness because it's not good. And it's not going to lead you to anything that you actually want. And it'll probably cost too much. And the lesson of darkness is you don't want darkness. That's the only thing I can get out of it. It doesn't seem able to come across as attractive. So as far as your healing goes, try the Prince of Peace. If you're a tarot card reader or something, then you're probably not, irredeemable. That's something. But the problem is you want to get away from it. You want to throw your cards away, okay, and all your other divination tools, but you would find that extremely difficult to do because the dark spirits attached to that don't want you to get rid of it. They want to continue to be able to manipulate you. See, this is whenever you were reflecting back to me about distractions. That's why I'm saying, but you're the distractions. I'm sure that once I've turned all of you off and just follow, this whole thing of, yeah, okay, sure, we're going to do the YouTube thing. But here's my question. What's wrong with this channel? What's wrong with this? I'm not going to be an image always appearing and recording myself. I will record my voice, but I'm not always going to be. I might have an image to put up there, but again, I'm not going to be doing a lot of video. So what's wrong with this channel? This one hasn't been utilized to facilitate our rise to greatness and fame and fortune or whatever. The silly thing that they put in the heads of so many people, as far as I can tell, which is basically, I think, them saying, join our team. Again, you want to heal? Understand that it was evil itself that traumatized you. Okay? It was hate and anger. And what hate and anger and whatever it is, the darkness that traumatized you, wants you to think of it as just a person that did that. Not the spirit of hate and anger that was in that person, not the darkness that was in them, but that it was a person. So you fixate on that instead of the fact that it was your enemy, Satan. Okay? That's all. And so then, if you do what it wants you to do and focus as a person did this to you instead of Satan, then you're not going to do what you need to do to get Satan out of your life. And Satan can sit there beside you, and Satan can be one of your friends and egg you on to hate and to be angry and to go for vengeance and to keep going down the dark path you're going, or maybe expand that into witchcraft or, eating babies or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. Um, the darkness, Satan, is the one who rapes women. It's not men, it's men who are filled with the darkness. And then the darkness will bring other men to those women to further the traumatization and to further the thought that all men are evil and out to get her or something like that. And they'll know exactly what she's looking for and how to play it and pretend to be what. You see what I'm saying, guys? The same one that injured you is the same one that's probably talking to you, telling you about how what you need to go through to become healed. And its goal probably will be to the way it, again, what is its definition of healed? Would that be you don't have a tear left in you and you couldn't cry for anything or anyone, even if it was a baby on fire? So that you're a snake, a dragon, a reptile that has no feelings, no empathy, no compassion, no sympathy? What is the aim of its course? What is healed? What is perfected? What are you dealing with? Can you get a definition out of it? What are you following? Is it light? Because from what I understand, if you're going towards the light to get healing, then you are going to be challenged in your mind and your spirit. It's not by that the light is trying to make things worse on you, but that somehow it causes some people to get angry, some people to get sad. Sometimes you need to cry, sometimes. But the thing of it is you want to let go of your anger. And if you listen to me, like if you start thinking of the traumas that happened to you as not those people, but the spirit that was behind them, you can start to let go of the personalization of it. Okay, and that way you can, in a sense, forgive them. You didn't forgive what they did, but you forgive the person for being under the control of the darkness. Blah 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 blah. So I don't know. It's just stuff for you guys to think about. Have a good day.